Hi, Internet. How are we doing today? Truly, 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 how are you doing today? From me to you, I want to give you that space. I want to give you the validation. And truly sit with yourself and ask yourself, how are you doing? Welcome back to another video. Today, I wanted to talk about anger. I guess is the best way to put it. And just, I think overall, today I want to focus on our emotions and the way that we feel. And I will say, as a woman, in my perspective, in my life, I know that I have suppressed a lot of healthy anger. And I think this is something that I'm sure a lot of people experience, only I can talk about it from my experience. I don't want to say other people, genders, etc. don't suppress healthy anger, because I'm sure they do. But I think in our society, I think a woman's happiness really sets the tone. Even in like family situations, folks say that, like, happy wife, happy life, right? And I think as I've gotten older, I've sat with that scenario and really have thought about the women in my life, and how they have experienced that, of having to suppress healthy anger, and then how I've maybe unconsciously have sort of done that as well. And I think as I'm older, I've really recognized the harm in that within myself. And I think being honest with yourself about these feelings and these emotions, and, maybe the way that you've learned and adapted to taking care of yourself, maybe has also brought you other ways and layers of pain and maybe other emotions, right? Like shame, judgment, resentment. And I think I wanted to talk about this today because I'm experiencing this right now in my life, and I'm trying to stay true to myself and stay true to my boundaries. And I think that there's another layer of this, of like, there is an aspect of like, I don't have to be happy though. I don't have to be the person in the room that sets the tone. Because I think there's also this responsibility aspect of it. I'm not here to make you happy, is the way that I'm talking about that particular aspect, And, I wanted to add that in there because, within our boundaries, within ourselves, right? I don't want to be in charge of other people's emotions. I have no children. I have no dependents, right? Like, of course, I think, take whatever resonates with you in this video and, the validation of your feelings. Because sometimes maybe folks don't have that luxury, right? And even in the ways that I've experienced and witnessed the suppression of healthy anger, was that person able to have that freedom? I don't know. Well, I do know. No, I don't think they did most of the time. So, and I think that, when you do kind of become of age, and, I'm in my mid-20s, and understanding these parts of myself and my experience and of my upbringing, I want to stay true to myself. And I think it's can be really intimidating when you feel like you're faced with and surrounded around you what you don't want to be around. And you don't want to follow in certain footsteps. But it's scary because it's like, well, this is what I've witnessed. And I don't want to even necessarily shame what I've witnessed, right? Like, I'm not even saying this to blame anybody. I guess I wanted to just bring this to the internet and say that, you're not alone. Like, if anything that I've talked about today has resonated with you or has made you curious about your own suppression of emotion, because we don't necessarily only suppress anger. We suppress a lot of different parts of ourselves, and I guess I'm just at the point where I feel like I'm facing a lot of that. And hence the season, right? Like, cosmically, a lot going on. If you know, you know. If you don't, that's okay. And so, I think too, in my last video, I was saying, like, you are doing amazing, and you are. And I think also I just want to say, like, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to feel like you have your shit together. It's okay to feel behind. I think also FOMO and these parts of like fear of missing out, like those are such, I think, socially constructed ways that we internalize our surroundings and are internalized to compare ourselves, because at the end of the day, maybe those people partying or going to the bar or doing whatever you think they're doing is making them happy. Like, you don't know that. You really don't, like they may look happy. They may look like they're enjoying themselves, and who knows, maybe they are. Kudos to them. But at the end of the day, like, that has anything to do with you. It's like you can't compare yourself and what you're doing to, somebody else. And I think too, like, especially when we're suppressing something and not really conscious with ourselves and our feelings, I think it's easy to fall into those parts of like, looking around us and seeing what we don't have. And I think, again, that's a big part of the way we socialize. I think that's a big part of the way that we exist in American capitalistic culture. And yeah, I have blabbered a lot today, but I really just am saying this too because I guess I'm saying, like, it's okay not to be okay. And it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be upset, and it's okay to stick to your boundaries. And if people can't see them, that's on them. You just have to remove yourself in any way that you can, even if that means just like not talking, it's one step at a time. And I also think too, a lot of the themes that I've been talking about today, especially suppressing emotion, also I think this like comparing aspect that I've also talked about to kind of take us away from what's underneath, like, these are really hard things to be conscious about. These are things that take a level of self-awareness and self-investment and curiosity that it takes a while for people to get to. Like, if anybody's watching this and doesn't resonate and doesn't even, understand what I'm saying, but wants to understand, like, know that, you are capable of going deeper within yourself, and that you do have the capacity, and that if you choose to, you can do it, but it's a choice. This is an active choice. And I think a lot of restorative work and learning about our feelings and emotions, like, that's an active choice, and it's a really hard choice. This is a very, very difficult choice, and your journey is your fucking journey, bro. Like, truly, like, your journey is your journey. Like, you take, 3 steps forward, 10 steps backwards, whatever, whatever. Like, know that this work is difficult. And I truly want to triumph and champion anybody who's willing to stick their foot in the door, because, this is no joke. So yeah, I hope this made you feel better, or made you feel something, or even if it made you, made you feel anything, good or bad, thumbs up, because it's all I can ask for. I'm really excited for this journey that we're on, and starting these diary self-talk videos. I hope you take something away, and please let me know in the comments what stuck out to you, what makes sense, what didn't make sense. If there's any topics you want me to talk about, please let me know. Until next time, so much love from yours truly,